Guys, I have to be so extra starting this, starting this video because Me and My Homegirl is amazing. If you guys haven't seen the Me and My Homegirl podcast, please check it out. It is Nene Leakes in a way you have never seen her before. It's just absolutely amazing. It's glorious. So I think they are on episode 3 now. Correction, last time I checked they were on episode 4. We're just gonna make this like a general review. Technically I feel like it's 4. I know that they like cut the first 2 episodes or podcasts in half. But I know that in total there's like 4 actual, I don't know, videos, podcasts, however you want to say it. But the first one was split into part 1 and part 2. And oh my god, Nene Leakes, sierraglamshop, I just am going crazy. And the thing is I haven't seen Love and Hip Hop before. I of course I've seen snippets of it from back when Cardi B was on there, because so many of her clips went viral. But this is making me like trying to figure out like, okay, what do I have to like do? What streaming service do I need to do to get it? Like what? Because I'm now interested, especially with the episode with the dude Kirk on the last one. No, on the second. I don't know why I keep, okay, it's like kind of confusing, but the second podcast, the second episode, he was also from Love and Hip Hop, and apparently he's good friends with sierraglamshop. But I spoke on this a little bit about my last in my last video where we spoke about Nene Leakes, and it is just okay. Oof, there's so much to say here. Okay. From a fan standpoint, it's so exhilarating to see Nene back on the big screen. I don't know. I mean, we watch YouTube on our television, so it's essentially like she's back in our living rooms like she was, when she was on Housewives. And y'all already know how I feel about that Judas energy from friggin' Candy Barras, Kenya Moore, which they're getting a dose of karma now. And y'all know what I'm talking about. And Claudia, whatever, Claudia, I don't even remember her last name, but I just see her as Claudia, the girl who betrayed my girl, Nene Leakes. So, we all know how that went down on Bravo. It just wasn't right. They do black women so dirty. They do us bad, I mean, she built that show, but she's, okay, I won't even get into that, but, those of us who are big fans of Nene Leakes, I've been reading comments from people around the ether spaces, and I see the same sentiments expressed, like just utter support for Nene. And they actually, everybody really likes sierraglamshop on Nene's fan side. I see people who seem to be frenemy, type of half hater, half fan on that thing. They're all saying, oh, you should get rid of Sierra. She talks over you. She's ghetto, and it just, oh Lord, people are just so messy, and so hateful. In Atlanta, you guys know I grew up in Atlanta. Atlanta is famous for being full of haters. So that really doesn't surprise me. But I actually think that sierraglamshop and Nene make a great partnership in this podcast. And I really, really wish that people would stop attacking black people, period, but black women specifically, about the way that they talk or dress. Because if you talk like this, like me, in a similar way that Nene talks, and as someone who grew up in Atlanta, you really see this. And I feel like I understand this so well because, I've got friends and family on both sides of the railroad tracks, I got those bougie Atlanta friends and family, and I got the ghetto ones too. And some of the ghetto ones read more than the bougie ones. It's like you can't judge a book by its cover. And, just seeing in the comments the way people were coming after Sierra, it breaks my heart. It blows my mind. But you know what? It's nothing to get up in arms about. But I think that it's a good balance for Nene because it brings her out of her shell, And I also think that Sierra will gain something from Nene. She's going to gain some wisdom. There's clearly, I think, a little bit of an age difference. Or even if not, people could be one age physically, but they can be a different age, within their spirit. And so I get I feel like Nene is an old soul. And so I feel like Sierra can also, but they can learn things from each other. And I also think that you need that balance. Coming from two different sides of the railroad tracks is beneficial. It means that we're not just existing in an echo chamber. And just the subjects, they're tantalizing. They are, oh my God, percolating. Like every single innuendo that I could make to describe, like synonyms that I could do to describe this podcast, I would do. I love that it's just like, it's almost like talking with your girl, It's like woman talk. It's like girl talk 101. We can talk about how society, looks at us. We could talk about with our partner, our husbands. For those of us who are married, we can talk about work. We could talk about celebrities. It's just like, it's so good. If I had to describe it, I feel like I would say it's somewhere in between like J Hud mixed with a little bit of like, oh my God, why is it slipping me? Oh, a little bit of The Breakfast Club, right? But with women. It's really, really good. And I really love the Valentine's Day special. I like the set. I really like the guests that they had on. It was Alexis and Brittany. I don't remember their last names. Same thing with them, Even the two guests that they had on were not just the same type of personality. It was like you would read the comments and they just expected everybody to be like Nene Leakes pods. And it's like, dude, there's different types of people out in the world with differing opinions, like differing personalities, looks, like, hey. But and I really liked the episode where they had the two very out proud black gay men. I like that they had their devos on there. Really reminded me of my college days back when I used to go out with my devos and just, go clubbing or whatever it was. I mean, we would go clubbing and just, the vibes are there, the vibes. I don't know why I'm on this vibes thing this evening, but it's just, when you surround yourself with like-minded people and, you don't always, being like-minded doesn't mean you agree on everything, but just like the homie vibes are there. The girlfriend, sister, brother, cousin, like, brother from a different mother, sister from a different mother, vibes are there. It's just like you can have a good time and egos aren't getting in the way. It's just you have a good time. That was the vibe that I got from that. I do think that, I think his name was Big Mike. Ooh, he got a little bit, this might seem like a little bit of shade. And I'm sorry because Big Mike, he seemed like a really nice guy. But when he talked about he had been celibate for 5 years and then he was going off on his friend like that, I can't remember his friend's name, but I also really, really liked him. I was a little bit taken aback. I was like, reel it back in, man. Reel it back in. If that guy is, it seems like he needs mentorship, but he's looking for some sort of socialite, career. If he's looking for some sort of socialite career or being a socialite influencer, don't rain on people's parades. If they make mistakes, help them be accountable for that or hold them to accountability for that. But I thought he was going a little hard on him. But I thought that Nene and Sierra both brought valid points to that argument. And I think that Nene definitely, she sort of played the like big sister, the mediator, the Switzerland, to sort of be like, I understand where everybody's coming from. And that's our Nene. That's the Nene that we love. But I just love everything, you know. I love the logo. I love the sort of like key art on this wood kerned, like, you know, the text, you know, Me and My Homegirl podcast, and it's got sort of like cutouts, like the wood burns. I love, and I'm an art director, so yeah, of course I got to break this down a little bit more, but I love the draped, billowing draped, you know, white satin in the background, and the, you know, the cocktails. Even the cocktails are nice, and they look pretty, they look delicious. Like, I just want to grab them off the screen and drink one. And just all the decoration decor is like on point, very good. And the cinematography is very nice, and the content is amazing. So I'm so happy for Nene. Sierraglamshop, I really love her as well. Even though people keep coming after her, I see that maybe she's pulled some haters from her time in Love and Hip Hop. But you know what? On one of these podcasts that they did for Me and My Homegirl, I think it was, I can't remember who said it. Somebody on the podcast said it, but they were basically saying, if you put yourself out there, I think it was Kirk. He said, like, if you put yourself out there, you already make yourself liable to the negativity. But it's like the people who get your art, who get your craft, they're going to be the ones that make you love what you do. And, you know, somebody else said something about, like, people think that they can't launch themselves if they want to become something like an influencer or perform or actor or whatever that is. You know, they will just be trying to perfect it so much that they end up putting it off and not doing it. And that right there is so true, you know, like, and I even understand that growing this little community. So it's just amazing. And I think this is utter vindication from how Nene was so disrespectfully axed and ousted from Bravo when she helped build what they have now. And I think that, you know, listen, you look at what happened with Joy Reid with MSNBC. This is not the first time. It's not the first time that a black woman has been targeted, and it's like, oh, she's going too far. She thinks too big of herself. Let's teach her a lesson. Let's knock her down a peg. And it is unlike black women to be like, okay, I'm just gonna stay here, knock down a peg. No, maybe you'll stay in that for a little while, but you know, does this podcast have as much reach as Real Housewives of Beverly Hills does? Probably not. No. But it's hers. You know, I was thinking about you know, I also like Shania Twain. I like country music. I like all types of music. I like hip hop. I like rock. I like indie. I like all types of music. And I like country. And Shania Twain, she did her own album. I think it's called Now. And as a longtime Shania Twain fan, this is the album where she wrote the whole thing herself. And she refused to let any other writers help. She was like, I've got the sounds in my head. I've got the writing down. I'm going to do it myself. This woman's probably what? Like, I don't know how. But, I mean, she's been in the music career for 20, 30 years now. And she's just now writing her own album. This was released probably back in 2020, 2019, 2020, something. I don't know. But still, 20, 30 years she's been in the music industry. And this is the first time she's like, I'm putting my foot down. I'm writing my own stuff. She's not a black woman, like the thing I was talking about. But the fact of just being an artist and you being able to tell your craft in your own way, even if it doesn't have as many listeners because the big wigs aren't putting as much money behind it. Like, let's be real. It it might be more authentic. And for the people that it does reach, it might touch them that much more. And that's what I feel about the Me and My Homegirl podcast. So good. I love it so much. I feel like I could be on here talking for an hour about how much I loved it. So I'm going to try to stop there. I mean, there's still so many things swirling in my head about how good it was, but I'm really excited to see what new guests they bring. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. It's so good. You guys tell me what you thought about it. Like, did you like it as much as I did? Please don't bring your hate and your random disrespect on here. You know, it's like your mama said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But I loved it so much. Please let me know what you guys thought in the comments. And if you're new here, please hit the like, subscribe button, hit that bell so you know whenever I post a video. And I'll see you guys next time.